Hey, my name's Mariah Grantham. I'm from EDM 310, and today I'm here with Miss Lindsey.
Hey, I'm Miss Lindsey. I teach 7th grade language arts at GrandBay Middle School.
I figured since we are learning about the uses of technology in EDM 310 and we're doing collaborative projects, I would kind of question her about things like this. So my first question for Miss Lindsey is, what uses of technology do you have in your classroom?
The main piece of technology I have in my classroom is going to be the smartboard. I use that on a daily basis, whether it's bell ringer or direct instruction with a PowerPoint and having kids come up and work problems or correct sentences or whatever it may be. And then we also do sometimes stations with the smartboard where they'll rotate around the room and maybe that's a station. And so I use that a lot. I use that a lot too with co-teaching with my inclusion partner. Either she'll circle things on the board for the kids to copy down or if like we're taking notes or and then one of us will go to the other board and model notes. So it kind of comes in handy too when you have inclusion kids in the classroom as far as modeling, note taking, and just even as far as manipulation goes, making sure that they have some kind of manipulative when it comes to working with sentence structure or anything of that nature. So we use it quite a bit. We don't have a lot of technology other than the smartboard in my particular classroom, but we do have access to computer labs and things like that around the school.
Do you feel that the students respond better to doing these activities on the smartboard rather than they would you getting up in front with the marker board or chalkboard or anything of that matter?
Oh, absolutely. Anything they can touch or put their hands on makes it much more engaging for the kids. They always like that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, my next group is, my next question is, do you do group projects? Do you require your students to do collaborative projects? Because we are required to do this a lot in EDM 310.
On occasion, not too often, but on occasion, I have asked them to get together. We would go to the computer lab, and if we were about to do maybe a story or something, they could do some background research on a topic that we were going to be using. For instance, we read a story that dealt with the Holocaust, and so most of them did have some background knowledge on that, but there were particular words like genocide that I wanted them to look up and find the definition because they weren't real familiar with that term. And so I got them together in little groups, and they got on the computer and just went to Google, but we talked about good, valid um, websites versus ones that are more like blogs or versus an actual Wikipedia or something like that. But then also talked about how some websites are more user-friendly than others, and then I tried to teach them some ways to do better, and whatever pops up is what I get. So yeah, that's kind of how I've used it as far as group work goes.
And do your students respond well to group projects? Do they work together well and seem to enjoy them?
It depends. I think that's with any kid though. It depends on if they're interested in the topic or not, which with them, since they did have that prior knowledge a little on World War II and the Holocaust, they actually were interested in finding out more about it. And they thought that, the unfair treatment of that particular race was just really awful. So they were interested in that, but it just depends on the topic to me, on whether or not they're going to be engaged um, in whatever it is I've given them. I don't know if that really answers the question
Yeah.
completely.
Okay, my last question for you. I know at the beginning you said that you really only have the smartboard. You don't have very much more technology in your classroom other than the computer lab. If you had, a good amount of resources to go get what you need, what would you get and how would you use it?
I think I would definitely either have iPads in my room or the mini laptops, just something to where the kids could were actively engaged all the time. And of course, if it is technology, like I said, they are going to be more apt to participate and be engaged in it. But anything they can put their fingers on is always good. But